Dear friends, welcome to the sanctuary of Los Altos United Methodist Church for a wonderful afternoon of music. My name is Mark Bowinkle. I'm the senior pastor. And can we begin with a word of prayer and meditation? For that day when Alzheimer's will be no more. For the scientists and researchers, doctors and nurses, advocates and caregivers who work towards that end. And for this beautiful afternoon of music, we praise thy name, O Lord, and ask your blessing. Amen.
Our next set this afternoon is the award-winning Suite for Mother Goose, composed by George Akerley, an organist, choir master, and composer at the Episcopal Church of the Resurrection in Philadelphia. George is a member of the American Guild of Organists, as is our own Paul Rosas. The complete Suite for Mother Goose is based on 9 rhymes selected from the 255 found in the Mother Goose collection of nursery rhymes. We'll be doing 5 of these for you this afternoon. Once the rhymes were selected, they were arranged in a formal plan according to contrasting key, tempo, and mood. In other words, a suite. The piece uses no pre-existing tunes from the rhymes. Instead, new music was composed for each one, using as a basis the formal structure and character suggested by each rhyme. You'll see how the suite showcases the many voices and capabilities of our organ and the technique and versatility of our organist.
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep, and she can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone, and they'll come home and bring their tails behind them. But little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating. And when she awoke, she found it a joke, for still they were all a-fleeing. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they left all their tails behind them. And little Bo Peep excuse me? Hello? Is anybody there? Paul! Hey! Thanks. Organists. Okay. It happened one day that Bo Peep did stray unto a meadow hard by. There she espied, with their tails side by side, and hung on a tree to dry. She heaved a sigh, and she wiped her eye, and over the hillocks she raced, and tried what she could, as a shepherdess should, that each tail should be properly placed. And she tried what she could, as a shepherdess should, that each tail should be properly placed. Thank you.
In this next rhyme, the clock, teacher is instructing her students, young students I'm guessing, on proper behavior using the metaphor of a clock. And in this piece, the organ stands in for the clock. You'll hear the chimes in the organ, and the tempo is about 60 beats per minute, so about a second hand on the clock, and it winds down a little at the end. There's a neat little clock. in the schoolroom it stands. And it points to the time with its two little hands. And may we, like the clock, keep a face clean and bright, with hands ever ready to do what is right.
In this piece, the storyteller tells a tale of two cats that once lived in the Irish town of Kilkenny. The solo organ stops and the melody emulate the sound of the national bagpipes of Ireland, called the Uilleann Pipes. By the time you hear this rhyme, you'll see why the term Kilkenny cat refers to anyone who is a tenacious fighter. There once were two cats o' Kilkenny. Each thought that was one cat too many. So they fought and they fit and they scratched and they bit. They fought and they fit and they scratched and they bit. Till excepting their nails and the tips of their tails, excepting their nails and the tips of their tails, excepting their nails and the tips of their tails, instead of two cats, there weren't any.
Okay, in this next piece, a mathematician tries to solve a problem by counting. And the title of the rhyme is paraphrased in the organ's introduction. And this kind of musical comment continues throughout the piece, right up to the scurrying about with 1516 maids in the kitchen. One, two, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7 and 8, lay them straight, lay them straight. 9 and 10, a good fat hen. 11, 12, dig and delve. 13, 14, maids a-courting. 15, 16, maids in the kitchen. maids awaiting. 1920. My plate's empty.
See?
For our last piece, The Fiddlers, it's not actually a Mother Goose rhyme, but it brings together several rhymes with references to fiddles or fiddle players in a kind of square dance atmosphere. The well-known Cat and the Fiddle, Old King Cole, as well as Jack and his fiddle, and the nonsensical rhyme called a counting out rhyme are the basis of this next text.
Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with a spoon. Oh, hickory dickory, 6 and 7, allabone, crackabone, 10 and 11, spin, spun, muscadine, twiddle-em, twaddle-em, 21.
Jackie, come and give me thy fiddle, if ever thou mean to thrive. Nay, I'll not give my fiddle to any man alive. If I should give my fiddle, they'll think that I've gone mad. For many a joyous day my fiddle and I have had.
Oh, hickory dickory, 6 and 7, allabone, crackabone, 10 and 11, spin, spun, muscadine, twiddle-em, twaddle-em, 21.
Now, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers 3.
Oh, hickory dickory, 6 and 7, allabone, crackabone, 10 and 11, spin, spun, muscadine, twiddle-em, twaddle-em, 21. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. The dish ran away with the spoon. The dish ran away with the spoon.
So this next piece, we're going to explore the other end of the organ sound spectrum. We're going to get quiet. And this is also a more international piece. It's based on a Chinese folk tune. So I'm just doing the first 3. This is another suite, but I thought 3 is enough for this. It's really delightful. Now, this is the first time for all of you to hear this next set of pieces. It has been so wonderful to work on this project. First of all, it started, 4, 5, 6 years ago when Camille, I found out Camille was a poet, and so she gave me her book, and so I read through the book, and it's like, wow, these are cool things here. And then it got to the very end where it had the what to eat, what to drink, and what to leave for poison. And the imagery there was so spectacular, I said, I've got to do something with this. So then I put that in the back burner. And of course, over the couple of years there, I just sort of read through them again and again. And yes, I need to do something. I even jotted down notes of what I wanted to do. But it wasn't until I put together this team, this fabulous team here, Laura and Ann and Becky and Casey, that I was going, now I have the voices and I can do something with the poetry. And of course, now the other problem is, what style should I do it in? Well, I couldn't decide, so I did it in gobs of styles. Okay, so I just really hope that you enjoy this. And luckily, Camille is here to read her poetry for us. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Especially my grandfather, about whom much of this book is based, died of Alzheimer's. So to be able to read these poems at this benefit is particularly special. I wrote this piece when I moved from beautiful, dependable California to the East Coast and had to figure myself out all over again. What to eat and what to drink and what to leave for poison. Only now, in spring, can the place be named. Tulip poplar, daffodil, crabapple, dogwood, budding pink green, white green, yellow on my knowing. All winter, I was lost. Fall, I found myself here with no texture my fingers know. Then, worse, the white longing that downed us deep 3 months. No flower heat. That was winter. But now, in spring, the buds flock our trees, 10 million exquisite buds, tiny and loud, flaring their petaled wings, bellowing from ashen branches, vibrant keys, the chords of spring's triumph. Fisted heart, dogwood, grail, poplar, wine spray, crabapple. The song is drink, is color. Come, now, taste.
Only now in spring can the place be named. Tulip, poplar, daffodil,
The song is drink, is color. Come now, taste what the world has to offer. When you eat, you will know that music comes in guises bold of crepe myrtle, sweet of daffodil, beyond sound, guises they never told you could be true. But they aren't, except they are so real now. This spring, you know them, taste them. Green as kale, the songs of spring, bright as wine, the music. Faces of this season grin with clobbering wantonness. See the smiles open on each branch until you too smile. Wide carnival of color, carnival of scent. We're all lurching down streets, drunk now from the poplar's grail, wine spray, crabapple.
The song is drink, is color. Come now, taste what the world has to offer. What the world has to offer. When you eat, you will know that music comes in guises bold of crepe myrtle, sweet of daffodil, beyond sound. Guises they never told you could be true. And they aren't, except they are so real now. This spring you know them, taste them. Green as kale, the songs of spring, bright as wine, the music. Faces of the season grin with clobbering wantonness. See the smiles open on each branch until you too smile. Wide carnival of color, carnival of scent. We're all lurching down streets, drunk now from the poplar's grail. Wine spray, crab apple, wine spray, crab apple, wine spray, crab apple.
From the poplar's grail, wine spray. Crabapple brightens jealously to compete. But by the crabapple's deep stain, the tulip tree learns modesty. Only blush, poplar learns, lightly. Never burns such a dark-hued fire to the core. Tulip poplar wants herself light under leaf, never like crabapple, heavy under tart fruit, never laden. So the poplar pours just a hint of wine in her cup, while the crabapple, wild one, acts as if her body were a fountain. She would pour wine onto you, just let her. Shameless, she plants herself and delivers down anyone's street bright invitations.
From the poplar's grave, wine spray, crabapple brightens jealousy to complete. But by the crabapple's deep
down anyone's street bright invitations. Suck 'em, swallow 'em, eat them whole, that's right, be greedy about it. The brightness calls and you follow because you want to taste, because you want to be welcomed inside the code of that color. Red for thirst, green for hunger, pink a kiss, and white stain me now, soil me with touching. Is that right? No? That's not, you say, what you meant, not what you meant at all. Pardon. Excuse me, please. Your hand was reaching, tugging at this shirt of flowers, and I guess I thought you were hungry for something beautiful. Come now. The brightness here might fill you up.
Down anyone's street, bright invitations.
Suck them.
Swallow 'em.
Eat them whole.
That's right. Be greedy about it.
The brightness calls, and you follow because you want to taste.
Because you want to be welcomed inside the code of that color.
Red for thirst.
Green for hunger.
Pink, a kiss.
And white, stain me now. Soil me with touching.
Is that right?
No.
That's not, you say, what you meant.
Not what you meant at all.
Pardon.
Excuse me, please.
Your hand was reaching.
Tugging at this shirt of flowers, and I thought,
I guess I thought you were hungry for something beautiful. Come now.
The brightness here might fill you up.
Come. Now the brightness here might fill you up, but tomorrow, who can know what the next day will bring? It is like that here in spring. 4 days ago, the dogwood was a fist in protest. Now look, even she unfurls to the pleasure of the season. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Don't be. This happens to us all. We have thrown back the blanket, we're naked, and we've grown to love ourselves. I tell you, do not be ashamed. Who is more wanton than the dancing crepe myrtle? Is she ashamed? Why, even the dogwood, that righteous tree of gods, is full of lust, exploding into brightness every spring.
Come, now the brightness here might fill you up. But tomorrow, who can know what the next day will bring? It is like that here is spring. It is like that here is spring. unfurls to the pleasure of the season. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Don't be. This happens to us all. We have thrown back the blanket. We are naked and we've grown to love ourselves. I tell you, do not be ashamed. Who is more wanton than the dancing crepe myrtle? Is she ashamed? Why, even the dogwood, that righteous tree of God's, is full of lust, exploding into brightness every spring. Why, even the dogwood, that righteous tree of God's, is full of lust, exploding into brightness every spring. Brightness every spring. Every spring.
Exploding into brightness every spring, I draw you close. I wonder, do you know how long I've wanted to be here? Each year, you grasp me, lift me, carry me inside. Glee is the body of the daffodil reaching tubed fingers through the day, feeling her own trumpeted passion choiring air with hot, colored song. This is a texture I love. This is life. And, too, you love me. Inhale my whole body every spring. Gone winter, heavy clod whose icy body fell into my bed. I must leave you, but I'll wait through heat, fall, freeze to hear you cry. Daffodils are up. My God, what beauty.
This is the texture I love. This is life. And do you love me? Inhale my whole being every spring, exploding into brightness every spring. I draw you close. I wonder, do you know how long I've wanted to be here? Each year you grasp me, lift me, carry me inside. This is the texture I love. This is whose icy body fell into my bed. I must leave you, but I'll wait through heat, full freeze to hear you cry, daffodils are up. My God, what beauty! This is the texture I love. This is life. And do you love me? Inhale my whole being every spring.
Daffodils are up, my God. What beauty concerted down on us last night. And if I sleep again, I'll wake to a louder blossoming, the symphony smashing down hot house walls and into the world, music. Something like the bird's return, each morning's crescendo rising toward its brightest pitch, colors unfurling, petals alluring. The song, the color, the rising ecstasy of spring. My God, this beauty, this is what I've hoped for. All my life is here in the unnamed core. Dogwood, daffodil, tulip poplar, crab apple, crepe myrtle. Only now, in spring, can the place be named.
Daffodils are up, my God. Daffodils are up, my God. What beauty concerted down on us last night. What beauty concerted down on us last night. And if I sleep again, I'll wake to a louder blossoming, the symphony smashing down hothouse walls, and into the world of music.
Something like the bird's return, each morning's crescendo, rising toward its brightest pitch, colors unfurling, petals alluring, the song, the color, the rising ecstasy of the spring. My God, this beauty, this is what I've hoped for.
Oh, thank you. There's always that little thing in the back of my mind. Oh, are they going to like it? But we've been having so much fun, I couldn't see how you couldn't like it. So thank you for your response to this. So now if the ushers would come forward, it's your turn. This is an Alzheimer's benefit concert after all. And we actually have the honor of having Bill Fisher here. And if he'd come forward and speak a few minutes.
Well, a very few minutes. Paul, thank you so much, and thank you to all the artists and the creator of these lovely poems. And Paul, thanks again for your creativity and the organization of all this event. This is the third year that I've attended a similar event, always different, always wonderful. And I can't help but be struck by the juxtaposition of something fundamentally so attractive in service to a condition that is fundamentally aversive. The Alzheimer's Association is the national movement to defeat Alzheimer's disease and related disorders. If right now our offices are dark, but you needed to speak to someone, we have trained professionals available 24/7. For families, we have a wonderful website, alz.org, with lots and lots of information. We put on educational programs to help families through this journey. We have care coordination, meet with families who are struggling and going through this right now. We are there for people in the very early stages of this disease. One of the real changes in my 26 years with the association is the engagement and the involvement of people with a diagnosis. In the mid stages, we work very directly with care partners, caregivers, and at the end stages, we are there for families as well. On Monday, I am going to go with some volunteers to present a check to a researcher at Stanford, and on Tuesday, we're going to travel up in the morning to the Buck Center for Age Research, present a check to a researcher there. I just want to hasten to say this is a very unusual week. We don't do this every week. But on Tuesday afternoon, then we hustle down to the Gladstone Institute in San Francisco and present a research check there. We are proud to be the largest private nonprofit funders of Alzheimer's science. And I should just add, I know these researchers, they're great people, but they didn't get the grants because I know them. They got the grants because other researchers around the world reviewed their work and vetted it. We put the money on the table once a year. We had about 1,000 applications this last round. We're able to fund about the top 8% of the work that comes to us. At the end of the day, I think we are trying to move concern for this issue and awareness of it. I said at the beginning, there's a certain aversion to addressing Alzheimer's disease. Over half of the people with the condition will never be diagnosed. Ronald Reagan shared his diagnosis on a Saturday. It was in every paper across the country Sunday morning, and he disappeared from the fight. I think there's a sort of unspoken societal cost-benefit analysis that says, well, this part of the population is about done anyway. Ought we to be devoting large resources to them? $6 billion in federal cancer research funding, $500 million in Alzheimer's disease research funding. I meet these people. You've had this experience. You may be this experience. People who say, well, they're at the end. Mom was confused, but she was 95 years old. Give her a break. She can cut her some slack there. Met a fellow not long ago, said, at the end, Dad didn't remember the names of the kids anymore, but I don't think he had Alzheimer's. And it's part of our challenge, right? There's a certain stigma to this condition. It's one thing to say your backhand isn't all it used to be. It's another thing to say you don't think as well as you used to think. So I thank you and this church for being part of this movement and part of the concern to change the future. I tell you, when I present these checks to these researchers, I absolutely guarantee you they do not believe that our kids and grandkids have to have this disease or care for someone who does. Just one final comment, and I've said this other places. I'm very familiar with churches. I grew up in a Presbyterian church, and my father-in-law was a Methodist minister, and I went to Chicago Theological Seminary. I ran child care programs at an AME church and a Lutheran church and a Presbyterian church. I'm familiar with the way that the search for answers and faith manifests itself, and I'm familiar with the struggles of the business of running organized religion, churches. You folks are phenomenal. The Los Altos United Methodist Church is fundamentally different. Who you are just comes out in all kinds of wonderful ways. We thank you so much for your support of our work, and Paul, again, thanks to you and all the artists.
It is my pleasure to do this every year. It's just so exciting. And one of the things that's happening is I am beginning to get other organists in other cities around the state, and hopefully, and I'm working on around the country to do Alzheimer's benefit concerts. So we'll just, I'm going to make it happen. I want you to know that we like the music so much that we went and had it professionally recorded. So there's actually, for $10, there's CDs back there of these what to eat and what to drink songs. And so if you want them, great. If we run out, then I can make more, all right? If you want a recording of the entire concert, there's sign-up sheets for that. And so just go ahead and sign up, and then I will just communicate to you later there once Al finishes doing all the fiddling around that he needs to do to get everything just right. And I want to especially thank Melanie Johnson for doing video and Al Locker for doing sound back there. It's fabulous having them. And as it's become sort of my tradition, I love this last song for the program, The Blessing. And so each year, depending upon who's here, I rearrange it for the voices. And so we're going to have a new arrangement of The Blessing. Also, you're invited to the reception afterwards. So we're just going to head on down, and then you can all talk with all of us down in the entry. Thank you.